Hello, everybody. We are rocking and rolling episode 14 of I'm So Beastly Trivia. I'm your host, Mr. Richard, and this episode is all about oceans. No idea what the questions are going to be. We got a nice list of them. Don't know how many there are going to be. About to spin the wheel. Also going to spin a wheel to see how much each question is worth, how many points, which means how many points can you earn if you get it correct, or how many points can you lose if you get it incorrect. This is the trivia game with consequences. So let's just get right into it. Our wheel, in case you are playing for the first time, our wheel for questions is 8, 13, and 21. Those are numbers on the Fibonacci sequence. 5 is not enough. 34 is far too many. So that's how we settled on those numbers. So here's our spin, baby. Oh, well, okay. Tonight's going to be a much longer game. We are doing 21 questions. 21. Let's rip it. 21 Pilots. Interesting band. Good band. Okay, anyway. Question 1 is going to be worth... And we are going to shuffle this up. And I was thinking about keeping up with it. But it is what it is. Question 1 is worth 1 point. Shuffle those bad boys up. All right, question 1. I think I will keep up with it. Why not? Question 1. What is the largest ocean on Earth? Okay, question 1. What is the largest ocean on Earth? Whoa, hey-o. Looking through my notebook to write down some jazzy deets, and it turns out a lot of these pages are filled. So... yeah. All right, this one should be quite simple. Okay. For 1 point, question 1, the first answer, what is the largest ocean on Earth? That would be the Pacific. Right? That would be the Pacific Ocean. All right, I don't want to be too specific, but the Pacific is the answer to question 1. All right, now, question 2. Let's see how many points. Oh, okay, not bad. 55. All right, 55. 55 points for question 2. Whoa, epic. All right, question 2, okay. For 55 points, what underwater mountain chain runs through the middle of the Atlantic? All right, what underwater mountain chain runs through the middle of the Atlantic? And in case you're wondering, the reason I chose the theme for oceans is because I am a teacher and I am teaching about oceans. And I figured, hey, why not throw out some questions that I know some of my fans should get? But yes, we spoke about this quite a few times. Ciao, howdy, do. Good on you. All right. Yes. The middle of the Atlantic. For extra points, how does this get created? Through what method? Also, sorry for not posting an episode last week. We got busy. We had some things to do, but we are back, and we will also be going live and posting a video on Wednesday as well. Our normal time will be back in action, back on schedule, and ready to rock. All right, question 2, 55 points. What underwater mountain chain runs through the middle of the Atlantic? That would be the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. Mid-Atlantic Ridge. If you got that right, give yourself 55. If you got it wrong, take away 55. Too bad, so sad if you're in the negatives already. All right, question 3. Oh, big question. This one's worth 233. This one is worth 233. Epic. I love a 233. Okay, let's see. Okay, interesting. All right, question 3 for 233 points. What current keeps Western Europe warmer than expected for its latitude? All right, what current keeps Western Europe warmer than expected for its latitude? I just got a notification on here that says encourage your viewers to share your live and invite more friends. So if you're paying attention, you can invite more live, invite more viewers, and whatever, share, invite. I don't even know what I'm saying. All right. So yes, in case you didn't know, water can affect the weather on the land from the ocean. But 233 points, that's a killer. You could be out of it right now if you don't get number 3 correct, even with 18 questions to bring you back. All depends on how the wheel pops. All right, question 3. What current keeps Western Europe warmer than expected for its latitude? That would be the Gulf Stream. Gulf Stream. All right, if you got that right, give yourself 233. If you got it wrong, take away 233 and find a shoulder to cry on. All right, so that will be 289. All right, bap. Now, question 4. Oh my, let's see. Oh, no way. We got another banger out the gate. 140. Whoa, yeah, 144. Epic. All right, 144 points for question 4. Okay. Question 4, 144. What is the deepest point in Earth's ocean? What is the deepest point in Earth's ocean? True nonsense. You are close, but not quite exact enough. And those of you not listening on TikTok, if you're on Spotify, other podcast apps, or on YouTube, most of my comments will go to those on TikTok because that is where my biggest audience is. So we are looking for something more specific than the answers I'm seeing. And one of them is specific enough. I believe it also has a similar name to the rocket that blew up years ago. Or perhaps it was a similar name to the rocket that actually succeeded. I don't know much about the names of rockets and what happened to them. I just know that things did happen. It's also the name of it also connects it. Bingo, bango, bongo. It also connects it to a superhero on the show with Homelander, whatever that show was, the water dude, the water guy, whatever his name is part of this name. So we're getting there. It's a spaceship and a water superhero combined. And the answer to this, the deepest point in Earth's oceans, that would be Challenger Deep. Challenger Deep. Challenger would be the rocket name, and the Deep would be the superhero name of the water guy. He also played, his name's Chase something, so kudos to him. He also played he was in Gossip Girl. I don't know, great show. Watched Gossip Girl in 8 days when I was in college. Got sick, binged it. One of the better decisions of my life. Fabulous show. Loved it. Anyway, before I spill too many deets, moving on to question 5. Let's shuffle those baddies up. And 8 points. 8 points. So we are at a total of. I did decide to count the total points because why not? All right, why not? Yes. Share the live. Invite your friends. Let's get this popping. If you're not listening to the live, I would love to have you here. I'd love to have you whenever you get a chance. All right, question 5 for 8 points. Let's see. Okay, this one should be a very obvious question. Should be. Okay. Question 5. Which U.S. state has the longest coastline? All right. Which U.S. state has the longest coastline? Maybe it's obvious. Maybe it's not obvious. But who knows? We got a lot of coastline in the U.S., a lot of fun states. A fun state that I've never been to. Don't really think it might have a ton of coastline. It might be connected to Canada, but it's definitely not the answer. I will give you that. Is Maine. I would love to go to Maine. I think that would be a fabulous state to go to. Coastal. It's on topic. Touches the oceans, what have you. Yeah, so that'd be a cool place to go. That'd be a real cool place to go. All right. So, question 5. Which U.S. state has the longest coastline? All right. If ever I'm wondering something, I guess I'll ask a question. In case you didn't catch that, the answer is Alaska. Alaska has the longest coastline in the United States. All right, moving on before I embarrass myself further with the dad jokes. Oh, come on. Big question. Let's go. Question 6 is 89 points. Man, we are cooking. We are getting some heavy hitters here. All right, so that would be, let's see, 512. Whoa, 530. After 6 questions, and we're already up to 530 points. Okay, this is going to be definitely our heaviest round yet. Heaviest round yet by far. All right. This is a fun one. Question 6. What marine animal has the largest brain on Earth? All right. What marine animal has the largest brain on Earth? That doesn't mean it's the smartest. Perhaps it is. I don't know. Honestly, I would say the smartest animal probably has to be the octopus. Those things are freaking dope. If you have, I talk about octopi, octopuses. Not real sure of the vernacular there. Maybe we should look that up. We talk about them quite a bit. And yeah, I don't know. They're super smart. They're physically smart. They can fit through keyholes in doors if their beak can fit through. Outstanding. They can solve mazes. They can get through obstacles. It's actually quite phenomenal. But yeah. So anyway, biggest brain. How do we word this? We're losing it. I'm losing you. All right. What marine animal has the largest brain on Earth? Golly gee. That would be the sperm whale. All right. So that was 89 points. Ooh, the heater just kicked on and I'm directly under a vent. It is cozy, but also way too hot at the same time. All right, got that correct, 89 points. If you got it incorrect, subtract 89 points. All right, question 7. Question 7 is going to be worth, holy biscuits. All right, we're at 21 points for question 7. Okay, so this is going to put us at 551. My goodness. That's outrageous. That is outrageous. We are just crushing it. All right, question 7. Okay. Oh, I like this. Question 7. What canal connects the Mediterranean Sea to the Red Sea? All right. What canal connects the Mediterranean Sea to the Red Sea? All right, and I will give a hint on this. At one point, I believe there was a massive cruise ship that got stuck in this canal a few years ago. I believe a few years ago. My news timeline is not quite jumping since I don't watch the news at all. So yeah, it's also got a name similar to an older woman, typically an older woman. It could be also not an older woman. I suppose it just depends on who's naming them. If anybody's seen the show The Middle, it's got the same name to the eldest daughter on that show. Yes, indeed. Welcome. Come on, come all, have fun. Yes. I look like a wizard in my purple hood. I love it. Oh. Okay. For 21 points, question 7. What canal connects the Mediterranean Sea to the Red Sea? That would be the Suez Canal. Suez Canal. S-U-E-Z Canal. Yes, in fact, there was a ship that got stuck there, and it was there for days, and it became this whole thing, made prices skyrocket. A lot of people think it happened on purpose. Who's to say? Who's to say, indeed? Moving on. Let's shuffle those baddies up. Question 8 is going to be worth 13 points. So 13 plus 551 is 564. Indeed. All right, question 8 is for 13 points. This is a lovely one. What Polynesian voyaging technique uses waves, stars, and birds? What Polynesian voyaging technique uses waves, stars, and birds? All right, multiple ways to know this. All right, one way is to have watched Moana. That is a massive hint. So close yet so far away. Minus 21 indeed. Minus 21 indeed. Yes. What was Moana and her people? What were they doing? What were they called? Who, in fact, were they? Well, I would say that they were finding their way. So the Polynesian voyaging technique that uses waves, stars, and birds is known as wayfinding. Wayfinding. All right, take away 13 points. It sounds like most of you are going to be taking away 13 points. No worries. It's all in good fun. Question 9 is going to be worth. Yes, I should have shuffled, but in fact I did not. 34. Whoa, did I? I did not. I did not jump the gun. 34 points. Epic. That's going to be 598. Haha. All right. Question 9. Okay, let's. Ooh, yes, this is a fun one. Question 9. For 34 points, what Southeast Asian city-state is one of the world's busiest ports? What Southeast Asian city-state is one of the world's busiest ports? Man, it'd be so cool to be a captain of a ship. You're just cruising around the ocean, going from port to port, experiencing the different cultures everywhere you go, provided you get a day or two to, bounce around, see the city and what have you. I think that'd be really cool. I think it'd be a really good time. Perhaps stressful. I imagine it could be pretty difficult indeed, actually. Come to think of it. A lot of stress for sure. 'Tis what it is. But this city, fun fact in this city, I believe if you spit on the sidewalk, you are fined $500 and potentially thrown in jail. Very strict city, very clean city. Also known for one of the dopest New Year's fireworks shows in the world, as well as being the world's busiest port. Okay. The answer to question 9, Southeast Asian city-state, one of the world's busiest ports, that would be Singapore. Singapore, also home to the setting of the movie Crazy Rich Asians. Gorgeous place. Fantastic place. Never been there. Really want to go, but honestly, I'll probably get fined or thrown in jail because I love spitting on sidewalks. Anyway, who's it? Question 10 is worth 5 points. 5 points. Okay, 5 points for question 10. Not bad. We're averaging about 60 points per question. Not bad at all. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Let's ask this question. Question 10, 5 points. What type of tide has the greatest difference between high and low tide? All right, what type of tide has the greatest difference between high and low tide? Didn't know there were different names of tides. I think it's pretty dope. I'm just going to start racking up some Hardy parties on my TikTok live. Just zip, zam, zoom. Yeah, we're just crushing the screen. If you're watching YouTube live, you can just see my wrist tattoo. Pretty fresh. All right, if you were epic. If you were a superhero and something happened, they would say you needed to blank into action. You need to blank into action. Blank into action. Blank into action. Okay? They would say, hey, dope fresh boy, the city's on fire. You need to spring into action. So, question 10, 5 points. What type of tide has the greatest difference between high and low tide? That would be the spring tide. Spring tide. Epic. Bah. All right, shuffle it up. Here we go. Question 11. My lady's cooking some dope fresh dinner, it smells like, so we're going to be grubbing nice after this episode. 8 points. Question 11 is worth 8 points. So 6-11. Yes. 11. Yes, I'm to the point where she's figuring out that she killed a lot of young kids at the Superpower Mind Institute. Yes, anyway, indeed. Now, we have dealt with the world's busiest port. Now, in fact, let's go to a different port of sorts. All right, question 11 for 8 points. What U.S. city is the world's largest cruise ship home port? What U.S. city is the world's largest cruise ship home port? Yo, yeah, oh, yeah, for 8 points, somebody got it right, I'm looking at them, hey, yeah, okay, it's one of the biggest known port cities in the world. It's a hot spot for vacations. They have one of the most famous soccer players there now. I think they just won the MLS Cup. They just won. Anyway, yes, what U.S. city for 8 points is the world's largest cruise ship home port? That would, in fact, be Miami. That would be Miami. Been there years ago. Interesting place. Cool. Cool place. Cool place indeed, I guess. It has its moments, but I mean, pretty dope to be the largest cruise ship home port in the world. Being the biggest anything in the world, I guess, would be cool, unless that thing, of course, is bad. Then Anyway, question 12. Shuffle. Oh, whoa. 13 points. Question 12 is worth 13 points, so we're rocking at 634. 634. Close that. Back to the questions. Back to the questions. All right, back to the questions. Number 12, 13 points. What sea is the saltiest large body of water on Earth? The saltiest large body of water on Earth. You better not make it mad, because it's just going to throw a zinger. Oh, why you so salty? So salty. Just sprinkle some salt on there. It's actually really cool. This sea is mentioned. It's a very famous sea. Not going to give it away. It's a very famous sea. Very famous sea. And it loves drama. Loves drama. Wink. All right. So the question 12, 13 points. The saltiest sea, large body of water on Earth, that would be the Red Sea. The Red Sea. All right, if you got that wrong, take away 13. If you got that correct, 13 as in 1-3. If you got it correct, give yourself 1-3 points. All right, now, speaking of 1-3, question 13 is going to be worth... Oh, goodness me. Let's see. Oh, wow. 2 points? Unbelievable. 2 points. 636. All right. Question 2. Interesting. Okay. I guess I can ask this. I'll ask this. Why not? Okay. 13. 2 points. What coastal city is known for Christ the Redeemer and its harbor? Right? What coastal city is known for Christ the Redeemer and its harbor? Lulz. If anybody doesn't know what Christ the Redeemer is, it's a huge statue with a Christ atop this city. It can be seen in many movies. It's massive. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It would be cool to go there. And this city is actually, it means river of blank. So the coastal city known for Christ the Redeemer and its harbor is Rio de Janeiro, River of Janeiro. I don't know what Janeiro means. Maybe it just means Janeiro, Portuguese and whatnot. But yeah, that was 2 points. That was Rio de Janeiro. All right. Question 14. We're gonna shuffle up these points. Let's see what we're rolling with here. Oh, wow, we got a biggie. 233 points. Sorry, 14, 233. This is going to be 869. Nice. 869. That's a lot. That's the most points. We are officially at the most points of any round that I have done so far. Not bad. Not bad indeed. Okay, cool. Simple question for a lot of points. What Japanese word means harbor wave caused by undersea disturbance? All right. What Japanese word means harbor wave caused by undersea disturbance? For 233 points. Yeah, hey, like I said, sometimes the points, they connect to the difficulty of the question, and sometimes it makes no sense. Sometimes the most points for a question are for a question that is easy, and 1 point is for the hardest question of the round. It has happened, folks. It has, in fact, happened. Tis indeed happening. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. I love the fact that we're bringing in Japanese words. We're bringing in vocabulary lessons. We're teaching things. We're having a good time. We're learning knowledge. And, bring crossing cultures and whatnot. Crossing cultures and whatnot. Yeah. All right. This one should be known. All right. Harbor wave, big wave, obviously. Right, so question 14, 233 points. What Japanese word means harbor wave caused by an undersea disturbance? That would be tsunami. Right, tsunami. Okay, now, question 15. Question 15 is going to be worth... Okay. Oh, okay. Not bad. 13 points. So we're going to have 882. Yeah. 882 points so far. So yeah, I mean, we're cooking. We're moving. All right. Question 15, 13 points. What is the term for animals that drift with ocean currents? All right, what is the term for animals that drift with ocean currents? Should I indeed give a hint? It would be a fun hint indeed. Such a fun hint it would be. Perhaps. Some might call this thing a villain. Some might call this thing a thief. Some might call this thing misunderstood. Some might call this thing an arch enemy. But in fact, anyone who is a fan of SpongeBob knows that this person loves stealing Krabby Patties. So the term for animals that drift with ocean currents would be plankton. So for 13 points, that would be plankton. Right. Question 16. This is also the longest round we've done so far. Not perhaps in time, but definitely in questions. Oh, wow. 144. We have definitely eclipsed the... Whoa, fireworks. We have definitely eclipsed the 1,000 points. So let's see. 18, 26, 1,026 points in total so far. Wow. We have never gotten there. Okay. All right. Question 16 for 144 points. This one should be relatively simple. What marine creature uses lobster byproduct chitin to build its shell? What marine creature uses lobster byproduct chitin to build its shell? Yes. Think about Yes, indeed. We are thinking about a family of shelled sea creatures. There's only 2 families of those I can think of. Both happen to show up in the fabulous game of Pokemon. I don't know about you, but Pokemon is dope. Some people cut this off of their sandwiches, specifically their PB&J sandwiches. They even have an entire brand built off the idea of not having this on their sandwich. But yes, question 16, what marine creature uses lobster byproduct chitin to build its shell? That would in fact be crustaceans. Crustaceans. Yes. Moving on, question 17. We've been beat-bopping around. I got a fat list of 55 questions. We've used 16 of them. We got 5 more to go. Oh, no way. We got another banger of 233. 233. Let's rock. So that is going to be 1,259 total points so far. Wow, we are rocking and rolling. Rocking and rolling. Rocking and rolling. Rocking and rolling. Skitty beep bop boop bop bop. All right. Going back to plankton for 233 points. Question 17. What is the largest type of plankton producing algae? All right. What is the largest type of plankton producing algae? I mean, this should be a pretty somewhat difficult question for 233 points if we can help it. If not, I mean, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Yeah. Who knows? I'll tell you that the prefix is 2, a derivative of 2, rather a different form of 2. And the main part of the word, I'm drawing blanks on literature vocabulary, is the building block of life. Well, I mean, everything's made of these. Yes. In fact, we prefer to stay alive. We don't want to die. And they say, I don't know. Anyway, what is the largest type of plankton producing algae? That would be the diatoms. Diatoms. D-I-A-T-O-M-S. D-I-A-T-O-M-S for 233 points. Sounds like we got a lot of liveys taking away 233. So, 'tis what it is. Shuffle them up. Spin the wheel. Question 18 coming at you. Hot and heavy for 21 points. 21 points. That's going to be 1,280. Excellent. Excellent. 1,280 points. Okay. Interesting. I thought I heard that. Okay. Ooh, yes. I like this. For 21 points, question 18. What ancient civilization mastered Mediterranean naval dominance? What ancient civilization mastered Mediterranean naval dominance? They actually just made a movie after this. Okay, and it is one of the main, whatchamacallits. It's one of the main civilizations around the Mediterranean Sea at this time. Actually, we did a game in my class when we went over this, and one of the groups in each of my classes got to actually got to be this civilization. It's so close. I'll give the hint. I will not give a hint. I'm not going to give a hint. Too bad. So sad. All right. Anyway, sorry for the awkward silence. Question 18. What ancient civilization mastered Mediterranean naval dominance? That would be the Phoenicians. The fake knee-shins. Yeah, if you break it down phonetically, just by sound rather, auditorily, you get faux, sounds like, fake, knee, shins, so the fake legs, right? So yes, the fake leg civilization mastered Mediterranean naval dominance. Pretty epic on them. All right, now number 19. We have 3 questions left, and we are just hauling points right here. Just ripping. Okay, this one is worth, oh no, come on, keep going. Bang, 89 points. Question 19 is worth 89 points. Heavy hitters. That's going to be putting us at 1369. Yes, 1369 total. That is almost double, perhaps more than double what we've ever had on here. Oh, no way. This is a cool one. All right. Question 19, 89 points. What empire controlled massive Indian Ocean trade routes before Europe? What empire controlled massive Indian Ocean trade routes before Europe? This is a heavy point one. This is also the name of something in a living room. Did one get its name from the other? Perhaps. But also, perhaps not. 'Tis indeed something I don't know, but have always been curious about. Perhaps I should end up looking it up, but this is a very well-known empire, very successful empire, right? Obviously controlled huge trade routes in the Indian Ocean. But in case you love chilling in the living room, I'm sure you use these all the time. It's something you put your feet up on when you're sitting on your couch, or perhaps when you're lounging in a sweet, comfortable chair and you just had a hard day and your ankles are hurting, your feet are sore, and you just want to put them up, and you put them on this. You put them on this thing. Someone's got to get it. All right. Well, anyway, number 19, 89 points. The empire that controlled massive Indian Ocean trade routes before Europe is the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman. You put your feet on an Ottoman. Wow. We need to get some more furniture knowledge up in here. Unbelievable. Anyway, we're having a good time here. Question 20. Here we go. Let's shuffle up. Whoa. Okay. Not too bad. 21. That's going to be 1390. Yeah, 1390. We got this question and one more question after this. Yeah. For 1390 total points. Yes, this question's worth 21. 21 points. Okay, here we go. Question 20. Yes. What is the term for wind patterns that help sailing ships travel globally? This one makes a ton of sense when you really think about it. Okay. What is the term for wind patterns that help sailing ships travel globally? This one does make sense when you think about it. Okay, the other ones could come and go. Maybe they had reasons. This one makes a ton of sense. All right. It is a type of wind. Think about what these ships did on the ocean, what they used the ocean for. Obviously, they used it for travel, but what specifically were they traveling for? Right? What? They were looking to better their position by exporting certain goods and importing other goods through a process called and that process is the type of wind pattern that helps sailing ships travel globally. So, if you smelled what I was stepping in, the term for wind patterns that help sailing ships travel globally is trade winds. Trade winds. Okay? It helped them on their trade routes. These were winds that helped them on their trade route. Right? Makes sense. Dots connected. Answer there. So that was 21 points. Right? I mean, give yourself 11 points if you said trade. Obviously, I gave you a fat hint. But if you said trade, give yourself 11 points. If you said wins, give yourself 0 points. Take away 21 points, obviously, because it said wins in the question. So, yeah. Wow, man, we're hitting 48 minutes. That's wild. All right. Anyway, we're on the last question, right? So this will be, yeah. Okay. A measly, not terrible. 13, but we cracked 1,400. So 1,403 points is our total for episode 14. Not bad. 13 points. Question 21. All right. Interesting. This is a cool one. Okay. Last question. This one's perfect. For 13 points. All right. What year did humans first reach the bottom of the Mariana Trench? All right. Obviously, that would have had to be we would have had to use a machine of some sort to get down there. Not human. I don't believe humans were actually in the ship because of the pressure. I don't think we actually have ever been down there. But I think with just a certain machine of sorts, a device, a what have you. I can't think of words right now. I'm drawing blanks. Why? Who knows? Who knows? But anyway, what year did humans first reach the bottom of the Mariana Trench? For the longest time, I thought it was marinara trench. You just quick glance, you're like, boom, that looks like marinara. So I just think of marinara, and I'm like, that's a good connection. I guess it's Italian. But yes, this year, to put it in perspective, I don't know if you know how old I am. Perhaps you do. I would say this happened before my parents were born. So if that gives you any hint, if that gives you any hint at all, any hint at all, any hint at all, any hint at all, then I guess that's a good one. I guess that's a good hint if it gives you any hint at all. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is a good one. So we first reached... Anyway, let me backtrack and ask this properly. So for our last question, question 21, what year did humans first reach the bottom of Mariana Trench? 1960. Actually incredible. We reached the bottom of the ocean before we went to the moon. Right? Before we're said to have gone to the moon. Wink. Anyway, neither here nor there. But that has been 21 questions about oceans. This is episode 14 of I'm So Beastly. Total of 1,403 points possible. All right. Tally them up. Subtract what you got wrong. Add what you got right. Bada bing, bada boom, whatever. It's been a great time. Hopefully you enjoyed it. The link to my books will be down in the description, specifically on Spotify. I haven't figured out how to do it on YouTube yet. Maybe on all the other ones. Who knows? Like, follow, subscribe, all that jazz. Play along with us. Play the live. We love having you. It's a great time. Come back. And we will be back on Wednesday with another live. And that one will probably be where all answers start with the letter E. We will probably continue our alphabet series. Those are always a good time. But for now, I am Mr. Richard. This is I'm So Beastly Trivia. This has been episode 14. Catch you next time. Ta-ta, kittens.